Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Haja Cooks, and today I will be making for you mac and cheese, a firm favorite here in my house. And growing up as a child, I remember my late grandmother, Khadija. I was named after her, who used to make this for us, and my late aunt Titi Nazli, she also used to make this, and she made it so lekker. So without further ado, I will be starting. Now when you prep your things, get everything done, it will make it much easier. Grate your cheese, get everything together, and boil your water. Here my water, it's boiling already. I added salt to taste and a teaspoon of salt, oil, and I'm throwing in my macaroni pasta, and that's gonna boil. In the meantime, I'll be moving this, and I've switched on the stove already to get the heat, and now I'm gonna add my butter. Now this is about 150 grams of butter that I'm gonna throw in there. I'm gonna make a nice garlicky, cheesy, buttery sauce. A white sauce, as they say. And while that melts away, here I've got 2 garlic cloves that I have grated, and this is going in there. As I said, it's got a nice garlic flavor, and the garlic is going to infuse in that butter now. And while this is happening, because both procedures here of boiling the pasta, that's like packet instructions, you can just read your packet, and the sauce doesn't take that long. So I will be switching on my oven, and I'll switch it on to 180 degrees. Okay, so the oven is on 180, and I'm going to give that little time, the oven to get hot, and it will have more or less the same time, the sauce, the pasta, and the oven heating up. Just throw this away. Now the garlic and the butter infusing nicely. And just watch your heat. Now this is on high, but I want the garlic to fry off lekker in here. So I'm going to switch off the heat a bit to low, and now I'm going to throw 2 tablespoons of flour in, cake flour, and now I will be switching to my whisk. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to throw in another tablespoon of flour. I'm just going to see. Yes, I think so. I'm going to do that. Okay, let me just throw in another tablespoon. Nice heap. Okay, now we're going to cook off the flour. And next, our milk, and I'm using a nice full cream milk. I'm going to throw in 1 cup first, and then I see the consistency of my sauce. And now I'm going to crank up the heat again, putting it on medium to low. See how that sauce is thickening up. So that's 1 cup of milk. I'll add another one. use your whisk, and that will avoid getting lumps in your sauce. Eh? Okay, another cup of milk. So this is my third cup. And now I'll throw just another cup. So it's 4 cups that I'm using, depending how thick you want your sauce. Okay. Now that's going to thicken up, and while that thickens up for me, I'm going to add my flavoring. So here's my salt. I'm going to throw like a half a teaspoon in. And a half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to keep the rest for on top when I drizzle it on when the mac is done. And here is some chicken braai masala. I'm just going to add so half a teaspoon. It's for flavor and for color. You can use paprika or dry mustard, but I don't have dry mustard here, so I'm just using this. I've used it before and it turned out quite nice. I'm just going to wait for this to thicken up a bit. Take a few minutes, not long. While that's happening, I'm just stirring my pasta here on the side. Okay. I've left it for a minute or two, and now you can see it's thickening up and bubbling nicely. I'm going to give it a taste, see if it's got enough salt and stuff. And as I said, salt to taste. Always see if you have enough salt in. So I threw in like a half a teaspoon. Yes, that's enough for me. And now the cheese. And this is a Gouda cheese that I bought, and I like to throw my cheese in my sauce as well as on top. So I'll use 3 handfuls and I'll keep the rest for on top. And now I'll go back to my wooden spoon and lower my heat. I'm actually going to switch off the stove now, because this cheese will now melt in the heat that the pot have already. And look at that color. My, look at that. So nice. And there, my garlic and cheese sauce is done. And now I'm just going to wait for my pasta to cook finish, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. My pasta is done, and I've strained it, and I have kept so half a cup of the pasta water, and I'll show you now what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to throw in my pasta into my sauce. Oops. And give that a stir. Now all of this is going to go into my bucket here. I'm just going to throw it in there. Okay guys, I'm holding my camera now, so mind the movements. I transferred the mac and the sauce into my bucket here, and here I've got my pasta sauce, my pasta water that I've boiled it in, and that will just make it a little bit more juicier. That sound. Okay, and now for my cheese. You can use whichever flavor cheese that you prefer. This is just a Gouda that I bought. Okay. Now, my cherry tomatoes. Just a drizzle of it. A little bit of black pepper. And another little bit of that chicken braai spice, just a tiny bit, not a lot, just for more flavor. And then here I've got some hot sauce. This is a habanero sauce, and I just put some dollops in between, and you get a little bit of a smoky kick. And this is going to go into the oven for 15 to 20 minutes until it's golden brown on top, and I'll be right back. And I'm back, and I've taken out my buck macaroni and cheese. It's still very, very hot. You can actually hear the sizzling still. And I'm gonna dish some. Should I? Shouldn't I? Look at that. Ooh, munifali. A little bit here. Look at that cheesiness. Ooh. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. I always say that because I just love sharing my recipes with you. And I will be back with a new video soon. Bye.